On September 10, 2025, a shocking tragedy unfolded at Utah Valley University in the United States. Conservative activist Charlie Kirk was shot and killed during a campus event, an act that stunned the entire nation and reignited debate over political extremism and violence in America. Charlie Kirk was a founder of Turning Point USA, a youth organization promoting conservative values and free speech across college campuses. By 2025, he had become a well-known figure in American politics, often appearing on television, hosting conferences, and speaking at universities. His bold style and outspoken opinions attracted millions of supporters and just as many critics. But no one expected his activism to end in such a violent and public way. The event at Utah Valley University was supposed to be one of his regular campus talks. Hundreds of students filled the lecture hall that afternoon to hear him speak about politics, free speech, and the future of young Americans. At around 2:15 p.m., as Kirk was addressing the crowd, the sound of gunfire suddenly broke the calm. Chaos erupted inside the hall. Students screamed and ran for cover. Others dropped to the floor as the shots echoed across the building. Security officers quickly ushered people outside, while police rushed to the scene. Investigators later discovered that the shooter had fired from a nearby rooftop using a high-powered rifle. After discharging several rounds, the suspect fled the scene on foot, disappearing into a wooded area near the campus. Within minutes, Utah Valley University was placed on full lockdown as law enforcement and emergency responders swarmed the area. A search of the rooftop revealed a rifle wrapped in a blanket, several spent shell casings, and footprints leading away from the scene. Detectives also found a partial palm print and a shoe impression that would soon become key evidence. Within 24 hours, police identified the suspect as 22-year-old Tyler Robinson, a local resident with no prior criminal record. Forensic testing confirmed that his DNA matched samples found on the weapon and the blanket. Surveillance cameras captured him walking to the parking lot before the shooting, carrying what appeared to be a long object wrapped in fabric. When investigators searched his apartment, they discovered notebooks, phone messages, and online posts filled with anger and extremist language directed at Charlie Kirk. In one disturbing text, Robinson wrote that he wanted to make a statement the world would never forget. Prosecutors later described the shooting as a premeditated, politically motivated assassination. They charged Robinson with aggravated murder, a crime eligible for the death penalty under Utah law. In a press briefing, the district attorney stated that the evidence pointed to clear intent and careful planning, including online research about firearms and campus security maps. The public response was immediate and emotional. Supporters of Charlie Kirk mourned his death, holding vigils across the country. Political figures from both the left and right condemned the attack, calling it an assault on free expression and democracy itself. News networks aired continuous coverage as details unfolded, and social media platforms became flooded with tributes, anger, and conspiracy theories. Videos of the shooting circulated online before being removed for containing graphic content. Once again, the nation found itself in a heated conversation about online hate, political polarization, and the dangers of radicalization. As the investigation continued, police learned that Robinson had been following Kirk's public events for months, often posting threatening messages and attending rallies where Kirk appeared. Friends told investigators that Robinson had become increasingly isolated, withdrawn, and obsessed with political issues. He reportedly believed that attacking Kirk would start what he called a movement against corruption. Mental health experts later suggested that Robinson may have suffered from delusional thinking, though his defense team has not confirmed any official diagnosis. In October 2025, prosecutors announced they would seek the death penalty, citing multiple aggravating factors, including premeditation, political motivation, and risk to bystanders. The defense team has requested a full psychological evaluation, claiming Robinson was mentally unstable at the time of the shooting. Court hearings are expected to continue into 2026, with national attention focused on the outcome. Meanwhile, lawmakers have renewed discussions about increasing security at high-profile public events and improving systems for identifying online threats before they turn violent. The assassination of Charlie Kirk remains one of the most shocking and politically charged crimes of the decade. It highlighted the growing tension between ideology and violence, and the blurred line between free speech and hate. Kirk's legacy continues through his organization and followers, who say his message of faith, freedom, and individual responsibility will never be silenced. As the case moves toward trial, one question remains. What drives a person to turn anger into murder? And how can society stop it before it happens again? This has been Case Vault. If you found this story informative, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more real crime stories that shook the world.